have some fun. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Claims of Truth Healing Circle. It is awesome to be here tonight. I do absolutely love hosting the Healing Circle, and it is open to everyone. You do not need to know how to create designs or even create constructs to participate in the Claims of Truth Healing Circle. So I love that. And wow, it has been a lot the last few days at least. We just came off of a full moon, and actually it's the full moon of healing alchemy. And so I'm sure some of you have had some experiences, and this is a great place to be, right? So welcome, welcome, welcome. How awesome is this? Great to see you all. You can feel free to pop into the chat. You can make sure that you go down and you select everyone if it's something you want everyone to read. And if you just want to send me a message, you can do that as well. And cheers to the fact that I actually set up the chat and I made it for everyone. I love it when things pop in like that so easily. So, casting a circle of light, specifying that only Source, Creator, God, my healing team, the Privy Council, and those beings who are here to support the Claims of Truth Healing Circle may be present for tonight's really fun. I'm so excited about this. Every once in a while there's those healing circles where I'm like, I don't know how this is all going to turn out, but this one is super cool, and we are doing a claim of truth from the Book of Realization. And so may it be with the blessing of Source that we not only learn a little bit more about healing alchemy and the power of our words and the power of knowing who we are, but may we also have fun and enjoy being in community with each other. Yes. Downloads of information and healing come in. Loads of love, loads of wonder, loads of joy, loads of grace coming in for all of us. With that, I say amen, and of course, aho. So, how are you all doing? How is it going for you? Yesterday was the full moon. Some of us had like really easy full moon. We were calling it the full moon of emotional alchemy. It was definitely an opportunity to cleanse and clear out more of those low frequencies. Athena was sharing that it was a relaxing moon for her. I have to say that I agree with you. This particular moon was like, oh, this isn't too bad. But there were a lot of people around me that were losing their shit. And it was another opportunity for me to be like, oh, it's not always just about me. Sometimes other people around me are busy having an experience which is designed for me to get the healings as well. So however it was for you, feel free to share. Joanna, it is perfectly understandable if this was a tough one. Most of the moons recently have been a challenge on some level or another for me, and so it was very interesting. I just noticed that I'm really crooked. So pardon me while I straighten myself out just a little bit. There, now I feel better. So yeah, it's okay however it showed up for you, because maybe your higher self is like, oh, we got this. We're going to move through this with a lot of ease and a lot of grace. And then maybe you were busy moving stuff, moving lots of low frequencies, moving unworthiness, moving pain, moving more fear. Oh my goodness, the fear, the fear, the fear. However it shows up, it's absolutely perfect. So tonight's claim of truth, as I said, comes from the Book of Realization. It is on page 46. And if you have the book, that is great. If you don't have the book, it is not necessary whatsoever. I'm going to tell you the claim of truth is, I am saying yes to where I will be taken. I am saying yes to what I may be taught. And at face value, it's just like, well, of course I'm going to say yes to wherever I'm being taken. And of course I'm going to say yes to whatever I may be taught, because I am open to whatever shows up. And so it is always that, right? It is always that, the way you interpret it. And then it's so much more. There's so many other healings around it. So yes, it is the Book of Realization. This is book 1 of the Beyond the Known trilogy, which means that this is book 367. Book 7. Now, just so you know, the frequency of realization is a frequency, and the frequency of realization is kind of this color, this orangey red that is on the cover. That is actually what the frequency is. And the frequency is awesome, awesome, awesome for transforming just about everything. So throughout this evening, throughout the next hour, there will definitely be more realization coming in for all of us to transform more of what has been triggering us, along with all those other frequency that we are talking about. So, Joanne, I see you would love to have a healing on your house, your electronics, your social media, and your businesses. And there is a lot there, and that's why I have a team of beings that are busy helping everybody. Definitely want to give everybody's house Marias healing and clean the houses, your electronics, just so everybody knows. You can always take your electronics, hold them in your hand, simply just holding them in your hand and asking for them to be loved and blessed, loved and blessed, loved and blessed. You can blow on them. You can always ask for gifts for your electronics as well. And that is true for everything else in your life. And it's really important for us to remember that we are the creators of our life, and we are always able to ask for more gifts, to ask for whatever we might need in order to work through whatever we are going through. And you can, on occasion, have that moment where you're like, I don't know what to do. And that's okay too. That's all right too. So it was definitely an intense full moon. I was sitting outside watching all of the different energies that was coming in. And I realized for myself that there was a lot of where I wanted things to be pretty. I want things to be easy. I want things to just be simple. I don't want to have to think about it. I just want all of that. So the first healing that we are getting is that one, because I don't think I am the only person who's like, can it just be easy and really pretty? And can I just understand it all? And can I just move through it with ease and grace? So if you would like to point to a place where you have more of that, those ideas where you really want it to be pretty easy, simple, ease and grace. And when it's not, you're just all kinds of triggered. Happy to help you with all of that. There are a lot of throats that show up in that. And there are a lot of third eyes. Now, our third eye does have something to do with our psychic sight, but our third eye actually has a lot to do with our knowingness, and it also has a lot to do with how we see ourselves. So we're going to give both throats and third eyes a healing. What we do is we go in and we look at the low frequencies that are there, and we transform the low frequencies by adding more high frequencies to that area. So you are welcome to put out your hand, ask for a gift. Your gift may look like a star, might look like a moon. You might have a shooting star. You could have any of those. And then I'm going to ask you to put that in your throat. And that's how easy it is. You can literally just be like, walking out to your car and you're like, oh my God, I do not feel well. Can I have a gift, please? Knowing that a gift is always given, whether you are aware of it, doesn't matter what color it is, what shape it is. You can trust that it is always a high frequency that is given, and then you can put it wherever you have that issue. So you can put it on your head if you have a headache. You can put it on your stomach if that's the issue. If you're having a heartache, you can put it there too. So one of the things that we want to always work on is to witness everything in its divinity. Witness everything in its divinity. This weekend we had an opportunity to do more of that. Speaking of social media, in the political arena of the U.S., it's another round of healing opportunities, and we're just going to keep blessing, blessing, blessing all that falls under the category of politics. Bless more of that. You are welcome. If you know how to create designs, how to create constructs, you can put some more love and blessings out into the field. You can also add that claim of truth in. I am saying yes to where I will be taken. I am saying yes to what I may be taught. Because what you're saying is, I'm okay with what shows up and how it shows up, and I am trusting that it is all for my higher self's benefit. So in this text, the book is written, the book is channeled by Paul Selig. Paul Selig channels the book, and he channels Melchizedek. Melchizedek is the High Council of Source. They are enlightened archangels. And when I say they, I am referring to Melchizedek. So Melchizedek says, we are here for you for all your healing opportunities. Yes, we are your teachers, and yes, we come in love. But we are also here to bear witness for you when you think you cannot. When you think you cannot, whatever the cannot is. When you believe that what you see cannot be of God, cannot be known anew, you may invite us in to witness with you. So you're looking at something that you're like, This is totally fucked up. Hope I'm not offending anybody with that. This is totally messed up. Whatever it is, you're looking at something at work, you're looking at something in a relationship, you're looking at something on TV, you are hearing about something, whatever it is, you can go, wow, please help me see this in a way that's filled with love. Help me re-see this, help me to witness it and know that this is all part of God. They continue with, we will see with your eyes until you may learn the power of sight. We will think with your mind until you comprehend that there is only one thought and only one expressing as thought. And then the claim is, I am saying yes to where I will be taken. I am saying yes to what I may be taught. And I am agreeing to allow the teaching to become as I am in its unfoldment, in my own and in the unfoldment of all that I witness and see. Yes. I am saying yes. Now, does that mean you're like, here I am, take me, I'm just like an open book? Yeah. I am trusting that it is all showing up exactly how it's supposed to show up. That's what we're saying. So you ready? Here's my question for you. Are you all ready to play? Are you all interested in getting some healings and playing with energy? So in just a few minutes, you're going to get a bunch of gifts, and then we're going to play with star maps. But first, I'd like you to take a look at where you are pointing fingers. I was sitting outside today. I went outside about 4:30, almost 5 o'clock, and I was like, all of a sudden, all I was aware of are all these fingers pointing. They weren't necessarily pointing at me. Some of them were pointing out, some were pointing across, different places, just fingers pointing, 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 pointing everywhere. And I was talking to my dear friend Joan by text, and she's like, so what do you need help with? I'm like, oh my gosh, there are fingers pointing everywhere. And she's like, what is that? I go, it's just in the field. That's all I see. It's in the field where people are just pointing, pointing, pointing fingers. Now, some of them are pointing at themselves, but it's the place where we're taking blame or we're blaming other people. Not a judgment. There is absolutely nothing wrong with blaming other people, blaming the weather, whatever it happens to be, blaming the situation. There is no judgment about it. We just want to take a look at it where it shows up in our life and go, oh, well, let's heal that. So Athena's already saying sternum. That is an awesome place to get a healing. Ooh, it has gotten warm in here. And we're happy to work on those of you who show up with sternums. And if you want, you can take a look and say, what frequency is that? Are you having some unworthiness? Are you having some fear? Are you having some pain? Pain as in a frequency, not necessarily pain as what you experience. Janelyn, you are so funny everywhere. Janelyn, I see your third eye, and we're going to help everybody with those magnifiers and amplifiers that are busy telling us it's like the low frequency is here, but the magnifier makes us think it's here and here and here and over here, right? So we're going to help you with that along with everybody else. So thank you very much for bringing that to the circle. Jackie, hello. Lower jaw and teeth. I am there with you, girlfriend. Happy to help with that as well. Jackie, that's a lot of unworthiness showing up right now. Jill, your right knee. Yep, Jill, it is definitely in your right knee. There's some in your left knee. In front of your knee, behind your knee, the kneecap. We are on that for sure. And since it just showed up as I was talking, we're going to give everybody a healing on that atheist energy. That atheist energy is that energy isn't real. That's how we refer to it. Atheist energy is that you doubt that it's going to work for you. You doubt that it is real. So we're going to go ahead. Reclamation frequency coming in for everybody. All of us are sitting in a common container. That's what we call this from an energetic standpoint. The healing circle is a container. And so when I say it's coming in for everybody who is sitting in the container. And there are those of you that are here in bodies, attending, being able to hear me and type in information. And then there are a lot of people who just send their higher self to the circle. And so they're sitting out there as well. You can absolutely get healings that way as well. If there's ever a time you're like, I can't be there in person, you can always send your higher self. So happy to help all of those. And then Joanna, your third eye, absolutely, it is awesome. Mine is my third eye as well, and I was working on that earlier, and I also got some awesome help because it's always nice to have people to contact, to connect with, to be like, yes, I need help. I do not do any of this stuff on my own. I am not, hanging out going, oh, I got this, I got all of this. I have a healing team, but I also have some amazing people in bodies that I am more than willing to text and be like, yo, there is something going on in my head. Can you help? And I encourage you all to be willing to text me, text a mentor if that is somebody that you know. Text so you can get some help. There is absolutely no reason to do any of this on your own. Not a requirement. It's not like, oh, well, if I have to call somebody else in, then there must be something going on with me. It's definitely not anything that I believe. Yeah, Joanna, thanks for stepping up and admitting that, because when we talk about blame and finger pointing, we always talk about shame as well, and there is no shame in asking for help. There is absolutely no shame in asking a physical person. There's also no shame in asking, your higher self, asking source. I was actually, when I was sitting outside, I was like, oh wait, I tell people all the time they can ask for gifts. When was the last time I asked for a gift? Oh, let me ask for a gift. What do I want? So let's practice that. Everybody ask for a gift. You're going to ask Source Creator God for a gift. You are worth it. Ask for a gift. You may have something show up as a book. You might have something show up as a candle or a wand or an orb or something in a cube. You know, you may have some sort of geometric. You may have a flower. You may have candles. There's a lot of things that can absolutely show up. It's kind of funny because I'm very nearly finished with this bookshelf behind me. And so I'm like looking on the bookshelf going, oh yeah, what else is there on the bookshelf? Yeah, candles and flames and books. Absolutely. All of that are great gifts. So what is my gift? I have what sort of looks like a crown. Is it going on my head? No, it is. Okay, it's actually going on my head. It actually is going down almost more like a sweatband. It's going down low here to kind of go across my third eye and across my physical eyes. But it is a crown. If you feel like you want to know what your gift is, you're not sure what it is, that's okay too, peeps. Come on. Feel free to put it in the chat. I don't know what mine is. I'm happy to look. Joanna, peace. That's an awesome one. So your, Joanna, yours is showing up like it's peace, and I'm like, I want to say it's an orb, but it's not. It keeps like it's like an orb, and then it seems like it's more cylindrical. Is that cylindrical? More like oval. Jackie, let's look and see. What do you have as a gift? Jackie, you have a cube. You have a cube. And your cube has a ton of numbers in it. I almost want to call it a die, but it's not. Jill. Yep, you got a goblet. We also call that a chalice. Perfectly fine to call it a goblet. Perfect. See, Joanna, I love that you say you see the word, because it's not always like you see the physical thing. Sometimes it's just a knowingness, like something drops in and you're like, I don't know, it's just an orb. And then you might ask questions in order to know, like, is it in the blue spectrum? Is it in the green spectrum? Is it in the pink spectrum? You know, and you start asking more questions. And the more questions you ask, the more answers you get. Janelyn, do you know what it is? Do you know what you got? So, Janelyn, you have a Taurus, and a Taurus is kind of like a donut. It's a symbol of power, and yours has a lot of the greens in it. It's awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that it was a Taurus either until I learned it. Actually, just a couple of years ago, when we went through some of the classes, our whole class was like, huh, what, huh? And we kept getting lost in what the symbols were. And so our teacher, Kara, actually was like, okay, we're not doing those anymore. And so we did symbols. I learned symbols when some other classes came along and learned symbols. So Heather's got a star tetrahedron filled with violet flame. Looking mist. Ooh. There you go. See? ask for gifts. Ask for gifts. And just so you know, you don't have to know what the gift is. You don't have to know what the symbol is. And you might actually say something like, it kind of looks like a donut. And that's enough. I think I love that. The more that you transform the low frequencies, the easier it is to just kind of relax and trust more. Like, okay, this is what it is. I'm good with that. I have definitely chilled out a lot more, although there's still things that catch me on a regular basis. Okay. So everybody's got a gift. Everybody has practiced that. If you are stuck knowing what your gift is, or if you are stuck like, I want to ask, I don't want to seem silly, feel free to send me a message privately. I promise I won't read it out loud, and I'll just happen to tell you what your gift is, because I don't want you to miss out on that fun. It is fun. I didn't always think it was fun. There were lots of times when I was like, in fact, I tell this story often in Mastery. When I was in Mastery, Care once did this exercise where she handed the deck of tarot cards to one person, and you took a card and passed the deck to the next person, and then you had to go and look at your card and tell her what the meaning was to you. Now at the time, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get it wrong. I have no idea. I don't know tarot. I don't know any of this. And I was so worked up that I basically, when it came around to me, I was like, I don't know. And I remember her asking me some questions about the card, and I kind of answered those questions, but I wasn't sure. And now, after many years of playing these energy games and taking my body, my mind, my higher self up in frequency, I'm like, what a silly thing for me to get all worked up over, because she was asking me what I saw for myself. So I'm not going to challenge you. If you see a green duck with purple polka dots as your gift, that's your gift. That's your higher self telling you that's your gift. And when you ask me if somebody actually got that as a gift, the answer is yes, absolutely, and it's perfect. Trust. So, I promised you all we were going to get star maps. If you read the email blurb that I sent out, and we are. Everybody is getting a star map. Your map is going to look different than everybody else's map. There is not one right way to look at the map. There is not one right way for it to show up. Let's practice this. I think this is so much fun. Everybody has a compass on their map. You know, a map normally has like the little kind of compass, and it tells you which way is north. That is the standard, like what you see on maps. This way is north. I would like each of you to take a look and see what your map says, because not everybody's map is going to say north. Some of you are going to say south, some of you are going to say east, some west. Some of you are going to say something else. So when I look at my map, I thought mine was actually going to say east. And when I look at my map and I ask what my compass says pointing towards love. Joanna, I love yours is north, and that's perfect. It can absolutely be pointing north. There is no right or wrong answer. So, Jackie says west. Awesome. Heather says, go here. No direction. That away. And it is exactly perfect. If you got a little triggered about what your map says, that is perfect. It's an awesome healing opportunity. Let's see, what do I do with that? Let me see, what do I do? Okay. Jill. Jill, I'm like, what does hers say? Trust. What does hers say? Trust. I'm like, is that what hers says? Yes. So Jill, yours says trust. Janelyn, yep, yours says west. And it's perfect because these are the maps for you. They are a gift for you to guide you, right? It is perfect exactly as it shows up. North, awesome. Janet says north. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, does everybody see? You have, not see like this, but everybody understand, you have a map. Your map has a direction on it. And everybody's map looks different. Now, you may have an awareness of your map being a certain color, being in a certain print, a certain font, a certain ink, so to speak. There are lots of gifts in these star maps. I got such a great healing on all this because I got this at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, star maps? Well, what are star maps? Are we looking at the sky and mapping out the stars? Or is it something that we're using, down here? Are there stars in the map? I was like asking loads of questions. And I tell you that just so you know that, just because I lead the circle doesn't mean I don't have all the same experiences that you guys do. I can get triggered just as much as everybody else. So, your map is divided into 4 sections. Your map might be divided into 4 sections like this way and this way, 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants. Your map might be divided like in columns going this way in 4 quadrants. Your map might be all kinds of like, here's one, here's another, here's the third. There are lots of ways that your map might be divided up, but it is divided up into 4 pieces, 4 quadrants. If you want to take a look, feel free. We are going to look at the first one, and you get to decide which is the first one. You may feel like, if this is my map, you may feel like you have to spin it around in order to read what the first section is, the first quadrant. You might have no awareness of that whatsoever. It is perfect the way it shows up. Your first quadrant is yourself. It is yourself. I am saying yes to where I will be taken. I am saying yes to what I may be taught. What is the place, where is the place that you are struggling with trusting where you will be taken? Where is the place that you have the most low frequencies, the most fear around trusting where you will be taken? Yeah, mine's in my throat. Joanna, in your heart, perfect. Janelyn, frontal lobe energetic heart. Yep. Kate, look at you guys. Kate, throat. Yep. For sure, Kate. Athena, your stomach. Yep. Heather, your heart. Yep. Jackie. Yeah, Jackie, it is like a line from your throat down to your sacrum. Yep. Janet, your heart. Yep. Jill, right arm, elbow, and hand are aching. I'm going to help you with that, Jill. That is right up in here, in your neck. We're going to help you with that, and then you can look. And there is a gift for you for that spot that you have just identified, where you do not trust where you will be taken. Most of them are going to look like stars. Some of them might look like moons or shooting stars. You kind of see what shows up. I have a star of inspiration. Jackie, I love that. You had a dream last night where you stood up for yourself in a large group of people. Yeah. You can absolutely do that. You are so capable of doing that. So you can take a look at what color your star is, what frequency your star is, and it is going in that place where you do not trust where you will be taken. Team, keep moving those. Yeah, keep moving that unconsciousness and atheist energy out. All right. Going to look at that second quadrant, that second piece to your map. It is the relationship piece. You and your relationships. Crazy. I woke up yesterday and I had this really red underneath my eye. It was so bizarre. I still have a little bit of it there, but wow. Energy, energy, energy. Moving, moving, moving. So relationships. Looking at your star map, second piece is about relationships. Where do you struggle? Trusting your relationships. Oh, excuse me. Where do you struggle trusting your relationships? Trusting in a relationship, trusting your relationships. Look at the sternums lighting up. Yep. Sternum, 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 sternum. Yep, Joanna, you are like most of us struggling with feeling worthy to have true relationships, genuine, long-lasting relationships. I will tell you that if I had known that I was going to have this many amazing relationships later in my life, I didn't meet I only met one of the people that I know now that I'm closest to a long, long time ago. Everybody else I've only known for the last 8 years. And they are the people that I would want around my bed as I was leaving the planet. So it took a long time for me to find them. We're happy to give you a healing on that, Joanna. See, sternum, 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 sternum. Everybody is getting a book for their sternums. You can look at the book and see what the title is. Athena, that's very sweet. Athena is saying that gives her hope for new relationships. Yeah, you never know, ma'am. You have no idea. Robin Origo is the only person that I knew, and I only knew her. We lived next door to each other. And I would say hi to her. That's about how much I knew her. Hi, how are you? Hey, how's it going? So I can't even say that it was a really tight relationship. And everybody else I've just met in the last 8 years. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, a lot of these books are about love, about trust, about wisdom, inspiration, magic. A lot of them are about love. I was just like all different versions of love. Loving yourself. Jackie, I love that. Jackie says the title of her book is You Are Worthy Others can't see your awkwardness at all. You have a very funny higher self. Worthiness, 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 worthiness. Let's just have some big downloads of worthiness come in for all of us. Let's also have some more joy come in for all of us. Yeah. Other people can't see any of that. It's so funny to me. Because remember, people are just as unconscious as you are, so they're not busy looking at you going, wow, she looks really strange. They're busy going, oh my God, do I look okay? Am I okay? Am I doing it okay? Does that look all right? Somebody has a book which is a beautiful bouquet of flowers on it. There's not actually any words on it. So not all the books necessarily have titles on them. You might be aware of a symbol on it as well. Your higher self is going to show it to you how they show it to you. Music coming in, harmonics coming in for all of us. Harmonics are music notes, symbols, tones. You may be able to hear music. You may have an awareness of it. I just started hearing the birds outside chirping, which is making me laugh. Like, really? It's nearly 8 o'clock. Are they still outside? How are y'all doing? Okay. Ready? Third part to your star map. First part was about yourself. The second part is about your relationships. The third part is about endings. What are you ready to let go of? Hey Amanda, it's good to see you. What are you ready to release, to let go of, to be like, okay, I've had enough of that. That doesn't mean you don't let it go now, and in an hour you pick it back up again. Because sometimes that's how it works. Like I could literally be like, okay, I'm not ever going to be frustrated with my husband again. And then I get off of the healing circle and I realize that he didn't put the toilet seat down. My husband always puts the toilet seat down. But for example, right? So we're letting it go now. And sometimes we let it go and then we go, wait, I didn't really mean it. And then we have to let it go again. And we're like, okay, I'm willing to let it go for a little while longer. Athena, anger. That's a great thing. Letting go of more anger. Amanda's letting go of self-criticism for not being perfect. Psst, nobody's perfect. It's so true. We forget. I'm telling you, there's all sorts of music coming in. I'm just like, pardon me, I'm like sitting here singing songs. If you all knew me a couple years ago, you'd be like, who is this person? Kat always laughs at me because I would never sing before. Joanna, feeling I have to work so hard for everything, that you're not worthy of having an easy life. Yeah, That judgment of self is a great thing for all of us to let go of more of, let go more of. Judgment of self. I'm going to judge myself about how I just said that sentence. Releasing more judgment about ourselves. Yes. And there's a lot of shit that makes you go unconscious, people. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. It's not even, you're not even judging yourself going unconscious for the things that even make sense, because you have picked up so many low frequencies that you're not even to blame for it. Gentle in anything that doesn't serve me. False narratives, beliefs, guilt, shame, judgment, unworthiness, fear. Yes, yes, yes. Off it goes. Isn't it cool? You're just like, bleh, there it is, all over the place. I'm just putting it all there. Heather, I did? I sang in class? Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, Janelyn, lack. The idea of lack. Here's what, if you all want to release, have more abundance, I just want you to release the idea of lack. It's not the lack of abundance or the lack of prosperity. It's the idea of lack, that lack exists. Because lack truly does not even exist. You're absolutely right, Heather. I did a lot of Disney stuff. I did a lot of Disney stuff. You're right. So, lack is going into the fire. We're getting moving more lack pictures, frames, movies, audio files, all of that stuff that is associated with lack. There is more than enough of everything. One of the things that I think is really cute is, my grandson is 12 weeks old today. And my daughter is constantly telling him when he starts crying and fussing, that he wants to be fed, she's constantly telling him, don't worry about it. There's more than enough. There's always more. And I'm like, you go, girl. You just teach him from the beginning that there is more than enough of anything you want. You can create it all. So, letting go of control, that's a great one. The places where we're dissatisfied, the places where we judge, letting go of more of our addictions. And those addictions, whatever we're addicted to, social media, we're addicted to nicotine, we're addicted to alcohol, we're addicted to a bad relationship, or whatever it is we're addicted to, the secret to that is taking it all up in frequency. Just keep taking your body up in frequency. As your body lifts above, that addiction will disappear. It's about frequency. It's not that you're a bad person or you have no self-control or blah, 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 whatever else it is that is busy spinning in your head, and we're happy to move more of those beings that are busy telling you that nonsense, as well as all the other stuff, the audio files, and pictures, movie, controls that are generating that. All right. Now that we've dumped a whole bunch of stuff, it is definitely time to gather some gifts. There are loads. I love that Janelyn, wherever you came up with that. Can we jewel that for fiance? There are jewels of all different kinds coming in for everybody. Grab some rings, grab some necklaces, grab some earrings, grab some cuffs, some cufflinks. There's all sorts of really cool stuff. Who actually says cufflinks? You're supposed to say heel, but were you really supposed to say heel, or were you supposed to say jewel? So then I was like, oh my God, look at all the jewels that are coming in. No mistakes ever. Write that one down. No mistakes ever. Jewels coming in for everybody. You may have an awareness of some pearls, some rubies, some emeralds. It is perfect. I'm definitely just letting the, there's a whole bunch of jewels that are coming in. I'm just like, you just keep dropping down and settling into my body, letting my higher self just keep collecting gifts, 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 because there's more than enough. Just like we were talking about, lack actually doesn't exist. There is no lack in any of these gifts. Your higher self is busy gathering, gather, putting it all in exactly perfect. Amanda says, ruby earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Ruby frequency, ruby red, the frequency of freedom. The frequency of freedom. It's beautiful. Helps heal you from control energies. Gifts, 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 gifts. Tourmaline. Does anybody know what color tourmaline is? That's what I just heard. Tourmaline coming in. I'm like, oh, okay. Just keep trusting it. Emeralds for your third eye. Way to go, Jackie. That emerald frequency is the divinity frequency. Divinity frequency. Everybody grab some emeralds. Seeing the divine in everything. It's beautiful. Tourmaline can be all colors of the rainbow. All right. Thank you, Amanda. That explains tourmaline. Kate says, I saw light green and rose pink quartz and gold chains and metals. Yeah. More trust, more remembrance, more magic, more love, more benediction, more rapture, devotion. It's amazing. See? As I was moving my hands, I was like, wow, look at all those rings on my fingers. That's certainly going to help my hands out. I have to make myself laugh sometimes. I'm like, that's so freaking cool. Okay. And as we move to that fourth piece of the map, that fourth quadrant, the fourth section of your map, that is the field, that is representative of the field. That's representative of the field. And as you have been gifted, so we are going to gift the field. So you can take a look at your map and see what shows up on your map. You may have an awareness of your map outlining a certain state, a certain region, a certain mountain range, a certain ocean or lake, a certain area. It might be a city, it might be a state. It can show up just as varied as everybody else's maps have shown up, everybody else's gifts have shown up. And so that area that is highlighted on your map is going to be gifted. Remember, you are saying yes to where you will be taken. Yes to what you may be taught. Tonight has been filled with lots of little bits of information, lots of little trinkets of gifts. And you have moved along your path, whether you are aware of it or not. You have moved along your path even more further along than you were just an hour ago. So Amanda, your map is purple with lots of water. A purple world. I love that. When I ask about that purple, I see a lot of transformation in that. And we're gifting the water. Awesome. Joanne, I love that you can say you can feel it. Yep, loads of pinks. That devotion and rapture and love frequency. Ooh, just so yummy. I'm just seeing like rainbows all over my map, just loads of rainbows. So we're just putting more rainbows, the rainbow frequency out there that helps transform more control energies. Amanda, I love that. You're gifting water. Bejeweled iceberg lettuce heads. Very cool. I love the way your higher self shows things. Keely, you are so welcome. Mwah, to you. Heather has got the northern lights, the forest and the mountain life. Gifting that. Oh, it just got really hot in here again. Jackie says, Juno Beach, Stair 33. How cool is that? Gifting the water and the water spirits. Yeah, all of the beings in the water. Remember, as you all move out through your day, as you move around in your life, that you are doing that. You are always gifting the people that you're talking to, the places where you are going, the stores that you go into, you know, your job, whatever it is that you are doing. You are always, always, always just gifting, gifting, gifting everywhere you're going. And that is part of the point of this claim of truth. I am saying yes to where I will be taken, because as I'm being taken there, that's exactly where I am meant to be. That's where I'm working. We don't have to figure it out. We have to trust. As we trust, then things show up and we're like, oh my God, it's so much more than I can imagine. All right. You all got that? Yep. Gifting, 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 all of those places, whether you have said what it is or not. Gifting, all those places. And your last gift is, of course, your star map. So please feel free to ask where your map is going. Now, my map is going in my claircognizant channels because I want to know more. I want to have more access to my information, my claircognizant channels. Yes, 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 yes. And if you're not sure where it's going to go, you can certainly ask, but you can also trust your higher self is putting it where you will benefit from it the most. Kate, on your teeth. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, this map is a crystalline 3D design that my team and I were working on for you all. Everybody is getting a map. Specifically designed for you. This ain't no map that like everybody has the same map, right? Heather, your solar plexus, excellent. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love it. You guys did an awesome, awesome job tonight. Gathered loads of gifts. Access lots of your information. I want you to give yourselves a big round of applause because you all are so good at accessing your information. You're so fabulous at being willing to play energy games. Not everybody does it. You've done an awesome, awesome job. Ooh, Amanda, your lymph system. Seriously, they're like, it's a round of applause, a round of applause. You guys are so incredible, so awesome. You gifted yourself, you gifted relationships, you are willing to dump a whole lot of low frequencies, and you gifted the field. And in return, you were gifted, gifted, gifted. We lift it all up. We just keep lifting it all up. We keep trusting how it shows up. That's how it works. Seriously, that's how it all works. So, we will be back here in 2 weeks, which is August 5th. Who knows what we're going to be working on? We just know it's going to be fun. There's going to be gifts. We're going to play with energy. Maybe we'll be getting ready for school. Who knows? As I seal the field unto the light, that one true source creator God, I thank my healing team. I thank the Privy Council, and I thank each and every one of you who are willing to come and hang out in community, to play with energy, to say yes to the possibilities that there is so much more available than we could even fathom, we could even imagine. So I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to let you all know that this will be posted on YouTube. If you want the link, you can always text me or you can Google my name on YouTube and send the link to other people. You can always get the healings. You can always send this to other people. Transform more low frequencies. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With that, we say amen and aho. And if there is anything you need, please feel free to send me a message. Have a great evening.